Hi, and welcome back to Eagle ID. I'm your host, Megan Preston.
And I'm your host, James Literal, and we have two very special interviews today. Our first interview will be Cam Courtright and Brandon Smith on to talk about Phi Mu Alpha.
Our next interview is going to be Colby Burks, the new SGA president. More when we get back.
Welcome back. We're here with our first guest, Cam Courtright and Brandon Smith. So what are you guys here to talk about?
We're here to talk about our organization, Phi Mu Alpha.
Oh, that's great. So Phi Mu Alpha, what is it?
Okay, so Phi Mu Alpha is the nation's largest music fraternity. We are a professional fraternity, and our goal is to basically advance America and the world through music.
Oh, that's really cool.
So what kind of stuff has your organization done on Morehead's campus?
Some things we've done around campus. We've hosted several philanthropy events, such as the Piano Smash that a lot of people know. We do Pia Brother or work the recitals in Baird. And we have done CMF in the past, and we do plan to do that here in the future, maybe coming next spring. And we also plan to host a dodgeball tournament like one that was held this semester in the fall to kind of ease up the beginning of the semester nerves. Then we've also done a
CMFs are like music competitions.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
It's
It's
cool.
like American Idol, but only with multiple people if you want.
And it's open to all Greek organizations and just random people.
That sounds great. So you guys talked a little bit about your philanthropy events. What made you guys personally want to join, and how did you figure out about Phi Mu Alpha?
So for me, there were a lot of music majors in Phi Mu Alpha, and I'm a music major. I'm a pianist. And a lot of them said, you know, if you're not that social or you just need a place that you can belong in, Phi Mu Alpha is the way to go. But Bobby isn't a music major, and even he found a place. So it's not closed off to just music majors. Anybody can be a part of it. And if you love music, then it's something for everybody to enjoy.
So since this is a music fraternity, you have a love for music. And I know that you just mentioned that you were a pianist. So how long have you been playing piano?
I've been playing the piano for 5 years. And I do a lot of accompaniment work with the fraternity in general. I accompany a lot of the symphonians, which is what the brothers are called, and just in things like their jury pieces or out in public. We also do M&Ms, which are like going to hospitals or nursing homes, and we sing for the elderly there. So it's cool.
That's really nice. So what made you join the musical fraternity?
Well, I may not be a music major, but music has always been part of my life. I joined band whenever I was in middle school, and I've been doing it very avidly since. And because I can't be a music major, I still did marching band. And my big in the fraternity now, I went big as in big brother, and he went to the same high school as me, and he said, hey, why don't you come give Phi Mu Alpha a try, come to, get to the informational, and I just fell in love with the brothers.
So what have your individual experiences with the fraternity been so far, or how have they been?
Well, my experience with the fraternity has been eye-opening. It has showed me a brand new side of help and brotherhood. I come from a family with siblings, so I know what the sibling is kind of like, and our sense of from brother to brother, like me to my twin brother, is the same way I view me to Cam right here, because we spend so much time with each other, and it's just a sense of fraternity like none other. And I've been to several of the other different fraternities, and I personally think Phi Mu Alpha shows the best character, I think.
definitely. A lot of times, people who don't know a lot about fraternities in general, they look at me and they see these letters, and I get the stigma of, oh, you're a frat boy. But it couldn't be farther from that stigma. We're just a group of people who, musicians or not, we have a love for music, and we utilize everybody's unique talents in ways that just lost my train of thought. Wow.
That's all good.
It just uplifts mankind through music. That's pretty much all there is to it.
I think
We
that's
really,
great.
we really, oh, it's fine. We really appreciate you guys stopping by. It was very interesting to learn about Phi Mu Alpha, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Here with us is our next guest, Colby Burks. So Colby, congratulations on becoming the SGA president.
I appreciate it. I am really glad it's over. It's a lot of hard work.
What work did you put into like trying to become the SGA president?
I'm the current vice president now, and so my whole term as vice president, I kind of knew I was going to run for president eventually. So over this past year, I've been thinking and planning on what I could do to best reach all of the student body. I think the thing that was most successful for me is that I reached out to different student organizations, different networks of students that have not previously been reached out to by SGA candidates in the past. For example, I met with the Black Student Union, and they said I was the first person to ever reach out to them as an SGA candidate.
Oh, wow.
I tried to reach out to individuals like Spectrum. I went to all the Greek organizations. I just tried to reach as many students as humanly possible in order to, if I do win this position, that I would be better able to start advocating on the behalf of all students rather than a select few.
Well, that's really smart campaigning, honestly.
So, what do you feel was the hardest part of campaigning to be student body president?
So, not to sound too sappy, but I think the hardest part about campaigning would have been the idea of losing. And so when I came to this campus, I was a transfer student, came here after my first semester, immediately became involved with student government. And after seeing all the good that I could do through student government, seeing all the good we did this past year, such as starting a copay bank at Counseling Health Services, increasing parking, advocating for students, it really showed me that this might be my purpose on campus, this way I can leave my mark on campus. So the hardest part was trying to cope with the idea every single day, okay, you could not win this, and trying to figure out how I could better help all those people that I wanted to assist without having this as necessarily my platform. And so that's a kind of backwards answer, but that might have been the hardest part for me.
What inspired you to go into student government?
So like I said, I transferred here for my first college second semester of freshman year. And so I met the current president of SGA now, currently Brandon Breyer. We're in the same fraternity that I joined when I came here. And so I've never really been interested in student government throughout my life, throughout high school, throughout my freshman year at another institution. So he finally got me interested in student government. He asked me to come run for a Senate position, which I did. And I think it's the fact that I noticed that the student government has a lot of power on campus. They have the ability to help a lot of people that don't necessarily have the avenues or the voice to help themselves. And so I think what interested me was all of the people that I already wanted to help, all of the things I wanted to do, I could do through student government.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some things you hope to do as student body president?
So I want to continue some of the things we've previously already achieved. For example, we started the copay bank at Counseling Health Services so students can apply for it and receive money to help for the copay so that they can get health care they previously have not been able to afford it. That partnership will end when the budget resets for the fiscal year. And so that's the first thing I think I'm gonna do with my new exec is create a bill in order to recreate that partnership and take those funds and put it into the partnership once again so we can keep that going for the next year. And then there's some new things that I'm looking into that I really want to achieve. I really want to advocate on behalf of veterans a lot more on campus. We have a lot of veterans on campus. They call themselves the Eagle Vets. Mm-hmm. A big initiative that I would want to look into is there's 50 states currently through SACS accreditation that offers completely online degrees to active duty military. And SACS is already who accredits us for our undergraduate degrees and graduate degrees. So I'm hoping that we can maybe look into avenues to where we could make Moorhead the 51st college that offers that. And then there's just various other things. Dental care is a very big commodity that's lacking in Kentucky as a whole, especially Eastern Kentucky where we are located. So I want to see if we can create a partnership to where we can offer access to dental care that students are not previously able to receive. And then also things such as Eagle Essentials on campus. I want to find ways to expand Eagle Essentials, but I also want to do fun things on campus as well. I've been talking with athletics about maybe doing small concerts at tailgates or getting TVs put up at tailgates and so people can go and watch the games all day and then go see our Morehead State football team play. Advocate for athletics as well. Athletics allows for a lot of people to receive an education that maybe they previously did not want to or could not afford otherwise. And so I want to advocate on the behalf of our athletes as well.
I think that really sounds great. It sounds like you're going to do a lot of good things for our campus.
I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it, and we're super excited to see what you do as SGA president.
Thank you.
More when we get back. Welcome back. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to this week's episode.
We'd also like to thank all of our very wonderful guests for coming on for great interviews today.
So we'll see you next time on Eagle ID.